sights are set upon the land we love. Bad vibes are the cue for me. Fight, fight, fight. I'll guard the planet like a shield for a night. So no, I won't stop fighting till it's over. Won't run away. And you can bet that Earth will keep on turning. I'm making sure it's safe. Join in the face of my fists are sturdy in their faith. They'll never shake. Ain't nobody stopping their burn. Show what we're made of. I'll change the future with my nerves to one that we deserve for the world.
Episode 36, The Evil Saiyans. In the secret fortress of the evil angels, the angel Rum walks the corridors in distress. The reason for her distress is the recent death of her brother, Campari, who is the second to be killed by the Saiyans. Suddenly, Rum notices something strange coming from one of the places in the fortress, more specifically from Vados' room. But she finds this strange, since days ago Vados mysteriously left the fortress to carry out some plan that had to do with the Saiyans. Rum wastes no time and goes to the Vados room. And when she arrives, she meets her sister again, who has a radiant expression, exuding a Machiavellian joy that Rum hasn't seen her have for a long time. Rum asks Vados what she did after so many days away, and why she's so happy. Vados responds with a certain mischief in her voice, saying that she has met some interesting people. Rum notices that at the back of the large hall, hidden in the shadows, were the silhouettes of 3 people. She asks who these people are, and when the 3 of them take a few steps forward to get out of the shadows, Rum is very surprised by what she sees. When her sister sees her guests, Vados says that she is now sure that Vegito and his companions will be destroyed. Vegito and Gogeta are currently in the world of the gods, the world that is divided between the part of the god of creation Zamasu and the part of the god of destruction Chamras. They are on the side that belongs to the god of destruction, training his 2 sons. Gogeta is training young Beerus, while Vegito is training young Champa. The 2 Saiyans train the Hakaishin's 2 sons through light combat, but full of martial arts lessons. Chamras watches everything from a little distance, with Daishinken by his side. The Destroyer comments that training with Vegito and Gogeta is having an effect on his children, as they are progressing much more than when they train alone or with him. Daishinken justifies this by saying that listening to different lessons almost always helps a lot with progression. Chamras comments that in the last few days there haven't been many jobs for Gogeta and Vegito, so they are trying to find all possible ways to kill time. Daishinken agrees and states that since Gohan has evolved his powers, he has been able to handle some cases that would naturally be given to Gogeta and Vegito, thus reducing their need. Moreover, to complicate matters further, Gohan is also receiving assistance in some cases, aid from someone who recently discovered a love for battle. A high-level battle takes place in one of the parts of the great universe. Gohan and Bulla are currently fighting on a planet against a troop of formidable warriors who not only stand out for their combat power, but also for their improved vision with a red eye and great shooting skills. Gohan and Bulla are facing inhabitants of planet Serial from another dimension, but they don't know the members of this race. Furthermore, these Serial inhabitants are different from those in the original dimension. These Serial people are immensely stronger than those in the original dimension, and they are also bad people. Gohan and Bulla need to exchange blows with several Cerealians at the same time, which surround them, attacking from all sides. But they also need to pay attention to the snipers who lie in wait and fire when they see the chance. And Gohan and Bulla need to dodge to avoid being hit in a vital point by the energy shots. Gohan is transformed into a Super Saiyan while Bulla is transformed into Super Saiyan 2. Gohan is very tired as he has already dealt with many cases that day, and that is why he is staying in Super Saiyan to save as much energy as possible. Bulla, on the other hand, isn't as tired as Gohan, but she wants to avoid using Super Saiyan 3 because she knows she'll lose energy very quickly if she uses this transformation. The leader of these invaders from another dimension is a very peculiar Cerealian. It is a person who has half the body of a man and the other half of a woman. The man is granola and the woman is muesli. It is an evil version of both, called Grace Lee. Grace Lee gives commands to his soldiers as they attack Gohan and Bulla without stopping in a synchronized manner. The Cerulean leader gives orders from a certain distance while his soldiers fight against the patrolling Saiyans. The reason Gohan and Bulla are there is because this group of Ceruleans recently appeared in their dimension. They just attacked this planet where they are fighting and eliminating the entire population of that place to make it their new planet. Bulla ends up being injured by one of those shots, being grazed in the arm and suffering a medium-depth wound. Gohan tells Bulla that they can no longer continue in this situation and they need to end this fight as quickly as possible. He asks Bulla to use Super Saiyan 3 to hold off all these enemies, and in the meantime he goes to the leader. Bulla says that if they increase their powers, they will get tired very quickly. Gohan says that this won't be a problem as long as they end this fight quickly. Bulla ends up agreeing with him and transforms into Super Saiyan 3. When Bulla transforms, she begins to move at incredible speed across the battlefield, zigzagging between enemies and firing various attacks at them, whether physical or energy attacks. With this frantic movement, Bulla manages to copy all the enemies, and Gohan takes advantage of this distraction from the soldiers to advance against the leader, Grace Lee, while at the same time raising his power to beast form. Noticing Gohan's approach, Grace Lee points his fingers at him and begins to fire several energy shots, but they are useless in stopping the Saiyan, who reaches him with a very well-placed kick. But it is defended. After blocking Gohan's kick with both hands, Grace Lee, using Muesli's mouth, fires a blast of energy at Gohan, who moves in a spin to avoid this shot, going to Granola's side to try a punch, but Granola shoots a laser from his eyes that would hit a precise spot and stop Gohan's heart if he didn't escape to the side at the right time. Grace Lee starts a series of attacks against Gohan, who responds in kind and then even stands out against the opponent with his fast, strong, and skillful blows. Finding the right moment for a definitive attack, Gohan hits Grace Lee in the chest with an energy attack that impales the evil Cerulean. But that was just a clone. Meanwhile, the real Grace Lee reveals himself in the distance, his hands poised as if holding a bow and arrow. He then unleashes a tremendously powerful energy blast, tearing through space-time as it hurls towards Gohan. However, Gohan is quick to extend his arms and form a rotating ki shield in front of him that stops Grace Lee's attack. After doing so, Gohan hurls his shield, which spins towards Grace Lee like a slicing energy disc, cleaving him in half with a vertical cut that separates Granola from Muesli. Then Gohan teleports between them, extending a hand to each half and disintegrating both with a wave of energy fired from each hand. After they see their leader, Grace Lee, being completely decimated, the evil Ceruleans go into despair, and then Bulla takes this opportunity to concentrate all the power of her Super Saiyan 3 and release this energy all at once, in an explosion that destroys all of them. After this attack, Bulla can't stand it because she's so tired and returns to her base form. Gohan, relieved that the fight was over, also regresses to his base form. He was about to go back to where his half-sister was, but suddenly a very dense fog took over that place, to the point where he could barely see a foot in front of him. Gohan first wonders if this sudden fog is a characteristic of that place, but he later realizes that the source of it is magic, and not a natural event. Gohan screams for Bulla when suddenly he sees a silhouette appear nearby. This person soon reveals himself to be a complete stranger to Gohan. "Who are you?" he asks, alarmed. "You'll soon find out." The strange man responds, exuding evil in his smile. Bulla, who is also blinded by this dense fog, calls for her brother, Gohan. She doesn't have to look far to see a shadow appear in the fog. This shadow soon reveals itself to be Gohan. However, he looks a little different, as he is wearing another outfit and also has a more serious and malicious expression. Gogeta and Vegito are in the world of the gods when Vegito's dimensional radar starts beeping, and at the same time Gogeta feels 3 very powerful energies appear in the great universe. The two meet at the same time and realize that 2 very powerful beings have just appeared near Gohan and Bulla, while at another very distant point, a third person has appeared. Vegito doesn't need to think twice before deciding to go and see who's messing with his kids. Gogeta agrees with him and says he will go after the other guy. The two teleport at the same time. Gogeta arrives in a very remote region of space, which is currently full of cosmic anomalies, such as black holes forming and stars exploding. What a strange thing! The energy present in this place is so dense and evil that it is shaking the entire cosmic balance. Gogeta notices tensely. Looking ahead, he sees the person responsible for this emerging. Surrounded by dense red energy and expressing genuine evil, Goku appears. Seeing that, Gogeta is obviously surprised. Looking a little afraid at Gohan, who appeared in front of her, Bulla asks who he is. Gohan's response is a shot of energy that would certainly completely destroy Bulla, if it weren't for Vegito appearing in front of her with a teleport and punching the attack away. In a distant place in the great universe, the structure of an entire solar system is shaken only by the presence of a single being, who, even without trying, is surrounded by an aura of red energy that exudes immeasurable evil. This person is Goku, but a totally different Goku than everyone knows. Looking closely at this Goku, Gogeta notices that he is not a fake version, like Goku Black, but a real Goku that has a completely evil nature. This Goku, whose ki is full of evil, greets Gogeta, who looks at him with great surprise. "I can feel that inside you there is someone very similar to me." The evil being comments, "Yes, I am composed by the fusion of Goku and Vegeta. My name is Gogeta." Giving Gogeta a top-to-bottom look, the alternate Goku says the following, "Well, if you are the result of a fusion of an alternate version of me and an alternate version of Vegeta, I can only conclude that the Goku and Vegeta from your dimension were very weak." Gogeta almost doesn't believe it when he hears this, and responds by saying that he underestimates himself. "Given your nature, I will call you Evil Goku. Any problems with that?" Gogeta asks the enemy while taking his combat stance. "You can call me whatever you want," the now nicknamed Evil Goku responds. After the nickname is accepted by the opponent, Gogeta says, "Let's see if you'll still find the Goku and Vegeta that make me weak after feeling my power." Gogeta discharges a wave of energy against Evil Goku, who to his surprise repels this discharge of power only by raising his ki when transforming into a Super Saiyan, emanating a red aura so powerful that it makes Gogeta's energy disappear as it touches it. "What?" Gogeta exclaims in shock. While he displays red energy exuding power and evil, Evil Goku reveals hair as red as blood. A Super Saiyan form completely different from anything Gogeta has ever seen. "It's my turn," says the Evil Saiyan as he moves in the blink of an eye towards Gogeta, landing a sharp blow on his abdomen. Gogeta receives this attack with great surprise, but is quick to respond with a blow which is defended by Evil Goku and counterattack. So in an instant, they begin a fierce exchange of blows while moving. Vegito is standing between the strange version of Gohan that emerged and his daughter Bola, who the enemy just tried to kill. "Damn, who are you?" he asked, irritated when he looks at the face of someone who looks like his son. The mysterious Gohan's response to raise his ki to the level of Super Saiyan God and fire an energy sphere at Vegito. Vegito advances towards him, meeting the attack to repel with a punch while transforming into a Super Saiyan God, and then reaching the mysterious Gohan with another punch. In a reaction that Vegito didn't expect, Gohan reaches out to him with both hands and throws him against the ground using telekinesis. After that, he gains altitude with a jump and magically summoning a huge metal cube, launches it at the fallen Saiyan. The cube hits Vegito, crushing him against the ground and opening a crater while pushing him to the center of that planet. After this attack, a gigantic hole is opened in the planet's ground, through which the mysterious Gohan flies over. But this hole is filled soon after, when Vegito's energy rises in the form of a pillar of power, filling this crater and reaching Gohan in the sky. The mysterious Gohan dodges this attack that comes from the ground, and then needs to turn around to counter Vegito's attack, holding the fusion warrior by the wrist when his hand was just a few centimeters from his chest. However, Vegito opens his hand that the mysterious Gohan holds, and his energy sword comes out of his hand, piercing the enemy's body. After a huge hole is opened in his body by Vegito's ki sword, the mysterious Gohan lets go of him and walks away. "How about it, huh? You scoundrel. It's harder to deal with me than attacking a little girl, right?" Vegito asks in a teasing tone. The mysterious Gohan says he didn't expect Vegito to pierce the body of someone who looked like his son so easily. Vegito responds by saying the following, "I'm not an inexperienced kid. I know very well how to differentiate my son from an enemy. I assure you that using Gohan's face won't help you at all. On the contrary, it will only serve to make me angrier." Unexpectedly, the mysterious Gohan smiles when he hears this, saying that it's fun to see that he's not dealing with an amateur. And even more unexpected is the instant healing that he presents afterwards, making that wound disappear instantly. "It looks like you know some interesting tricks. It won't be as quick as I thought," Vegito comments, and then asks his opponent's name. "Well, in my world they call me Gohan Black, and you can call me that too," answers the mysterious Gohan. The self-appointed Gohan Black advances in his transformation, now showing Super 7 Rose. Understanding that this was a serious matter, Vegito transforms into Super Saiyan Blue while ordering Bola to leave that place immediately, as this was not a battle for her. Even reluctantly, Bulla obeys her father and escapes with the Galactic Patrol's technological teleport. With all these explosions, Gohan already realizes that his father is fighting because of the impacts of the battle. The fog that had taken over the planet dissipated, and he could see that Vegito was fighting someone very similar to him. However, 1 second of Gohan's distraction is enough for the mysterious enemy in front of him to arrive right in front of him, scarring Gohan and grabbing his neck in a powerful chokehold. "If I were you, I wouldn't take your eyes off me for a second," says the man who hangs him. Feeling the force of the enemy's grip crush his throat, he immediately realizes that he is a very strong opponent. Recognizing that he cannot keep his parameters low against this enemy, Gohan releases a large amount of ki at once, pushing the mysterious man away at the same time that his hair grows and takes on a white hue, revealing the beast form. The mysterious man likes what he sees, assessing Gohan with an anxious smile and commenting that with this level of power, perhaps it could serve as a warm-up. Gohan gets a little irritated by this statement, but remains focused, just asking what this man's name is. "My name is Zyko," he answers. Gohan also says his name, but the man named Zyko says it's not necessary since he's already heard about Gohan and the others. "If you've heard of us, then you are either crazy or stupid," Gohan shouts as he charges forward. "That's what we're going to see," Zyko responds. Their shock occurs through their fists, culminating in an explosion of energy that causes great destruction all around. Gohan loses, being thrown by Zyko's strength, and then accompanied by the enemy receiving a sequence of blows. He's strong, very strong, Gohan emphasizes in his mind, impressed by the power of Zyko's attacks. The confrontation between Gogeta and evil Goku reaches impressive levels. The speed of the two combatants is so intense that their movements become blur in space, leaving trails of red and transparent energy as they collide. Gogeta is surprisingly pressured by evil Goku, who releases incredible power from his fists while exchanging blows against him. But Gogeta doesn't let this advantage last long, increasing his power level and consequently launching stronger and faster attacks against the evil version of Goku, who now retreats under the attacks received. However, evil Goku does not intend to be pressured for long, advancing to phase 2 of his Super Saiyan, expanding the aura of red flames, now surrounded by intense red electrical blasts. As his opponent's power increases, Gogeta is pressured again. In an unexpected move, evil Goku disappears from Gogeta's sight and reappears behind him, delivering a powerful blow to the fused warrior's back. After that strike, evil Goku pursues the enemy to continue a series of attacks. However, Gogeta quickly regains composure, halting his forced movement and then swiftly changing direction, lunging at evil Goku and landing a knee to his abdomen. Gogeta begins to land a barrage of punches against his opponent's face while raising his ki, giving evil Goku no room to react. Evil Goku's only option is to explode his red ki with intensity, pushing Gogeta away at the same time that his red hair increases drastically in size, reaching level 3 of his evil Super Saiyan. "I'm just getting started, Gogeta," Goku barks. Vegito watches warily as Gohan Black assumes the form of Super Saiyan Rose with a pink aura surrounding him. The fused warrior maintains his defensive posture, preparing for the next clash. "Super Saiyan Rose, huh? I didn't know about this transformation," Vegito comments, keeping his ki steady but ready to increase its intensity as needed. Gohan Black explains that this is the transformation that occurs when someone who is already a god transforms into Super Saiyan Blue. Vegito takes advantage of this speech from Gohan Black to ask who he really is, as he has Gohan's face and body, and also his ki has some similarities. On the other hand, his body appears to be immortal, and his ki also resembles that of a god. At that moment, Vegito remembers that Zamasu he knows, the counterpart of the god of destruction Chamras. "That's right, now that I think about it, your ki reminds me a little of the Supreme Kai Zamasu. How do you explain this to me?" Gohan Black simply replies that he doesn't need to explain anything to Vegito, and then moves on. The two warriors clash again, with the energy emanating from their bodies, creating a storm of power. Gohan Black demonstrates incredible agility and strength, exchanging blows with Vegito in a frantic contest of attacks and defenses. In the midst of the fight, Gohan Black surprises Vegito with his ability to manipulate dark energy, launching blasts of dark ki that attempt to envelop and weaken his opponent. Vegito in turn responds with the speed and precision characteristic of Ultra Instinct. Gohan Black creates a spear of black energy and launches it towards Vegito, who, pointing his hand at this power, makes it disappear completely with a powerful Hakai. Vegito tells Gohan Black that even though his attacks are powerful, they still don't have a sufficient level of power to be a problem for his Hakai, so he will repel all the attacks that Gohan launches. "Really? And what will happen if I increase my power even more?" Gohan Black raises his ki once again, now reaching beast form Rose, becoming incomparably stronger than before. Impressive. It's much stronger than Gohan's beast form that I know. Vegito observes impressed. Gohan, now in beast form, releases a massive amount of energy, determined to face this seemingly unstoppable opponent. Zyko, despite facing a powerful opponent, maintains a confident smile as dodges Gohan's attacks with surprising agility. His movements are fluid, and his blows are precise, hitting Gohan with overwhelming force. You may be strong, Gohan, but you're still no match for me. Zyko provokes by throwing another powerful punch against Gohan. Gohan this time manages to hold his opponent's hand and pull Zyko against him to attack with a headbutt to his face. However, the headbutt that Zyko lands immediately in response is at least 10 times stronger, launching Gohan from the sky to the ground to open several cracks in it. With blood running down his face thanks to his opponent's hard forehead, Gohan gets up, but not without feeling severe pain throughout his body. Zyko says that, as he imagined, Gohan has served as a good warm-up so far. However, the warm-up time is over, so if Gohan has more power to show, do it now, or else he will be eliminated. Gohan faces the other combatant and listens to his words. After that, he ponders what to do. I wouldn't want to waste the little energy I have left, but this guy is really very powerful. I have no chance of winning if I don't use my full power. Deciding what to do, Gohan concentrates all his power and unleashes it in a form of his final transformation. Zyko reacts with a smile, admitting that Gohan is now considerably more powerful than before. Gohan's expression, unlike Zyko's, is serious and tense. He knows he has to end this fight as soon as possible, or else he will lose. Gohan Black, gifted with the great power of his beast Rose form, drives Vegito away from the planet with his punches. Vegito retreats before his enemy, trying to adapt to Gohan Black's combat style, which contains a very peculiar mix between the fighting styles of a Saiyan and a Kaioshin. Gohan Black forms a sphere of energy in one of his hands and launches it at Vegito, who prepares to defend himself from the attack. However, Gohan Black creates a portal in the way, causing the energy sphere to be transported to Vegito's back and explodes behind his head. Thanks to the gap that the attack creates, he fires a Masenko that hits Vegito square in the chest and pushes him light years away. However, Vegito returns all these light years instantly through teleportation, filling Gohan Black's face with punches loaded with great force. Vegito punishes his opponent's face while saying that regardless of what Gohan Black does, he is still stronger. Vegito grabs him by the hair and throws him in the air like an object. He then prepares a final Hakai that certainly has enough power to completely erase Gohan Black from existence. But once again, he surprises, going to a higher level again, now revealing an even more powerful transformation. With this transformation, Gohan Black concentrates a huge amount of energy in a fraction of a second and fires a Makan Kosapo powerful enough to pierce Vegito's energy wave and travel through the power of destruction until it reaches its bearer. At the risk of being crossed by that beam of energy, Vegito needs to cancel the attack and dodge. He admits to Gohan Black that his power is incredible and asks if his son can reach that level too. Gohan Black explains that probably not, since unlike Vegito's son Gohan, he's not an ordinary Saiyan, and also Gohan will never be able to reach that level, since he won't live that long. Neither does he. Vegito also increases his power once again, telling Gohan Black not to brag too much, as he also still has a lot to show. The battle between evil Goku Super Saiyan 3 and Gogeta also continues at full steam. The exchange of blows is fierce, and sometimes Gogeta hitting, sometimes Goku hitting, although it doesn't take too long for Gogeta to take the advantage once again, making more of his blows enter Goku's defenses, who feels each of the punches he receives. Side dodging a punch from evil Goku, who attempted a clumsy counterattack, Gogeta moves to his back, grabbing the evil Saiyan by his red hair, then spinning Goku several times, throwing him away and finishing the attack with a key spear containing highly concentrated destructive power. Goku narrowly escapes this destructive power, using his teleportation to disappear from the path of the energy sphere and reappear, already recharging his own energy, to fire a Kamehameha composed of black ki, just as Gogeta responds with a standard colored blue Kamehameha. Black and blue energies collide in a spectacle of power, causing such powerful remnants of energy to spread that they begin to destroy everything several solar systems away. It doesn't take long for the black energy to be at a disadvantage in this dispute, being quickly consumed by the blue energy that advances in a devastating way towards evil Goku. Evil Goku's reaction is immediate, releasing even more monstrous ki, quickly transforming into an evil version of Super Saiyan 4. Unfortunately for Gogeta, the wave of black energy gains 10 times its original size, easily swallowing the wave of blue energy and heading towards him with extraordinary speed. Thanks to his agile reflexes given by Ultra Instinct, Gogeta barely dodges, escaping an attack that would be very hard-hitting. He is not intimidated despite the great increase in power that evil Goku has just had, and advances with a series of quick blows. But the evil Saiyan deftly dodges, demonstrating surprising agility. Evil Goku Super Saiyan 4 smiles while dodging Gogeta's attacks. Do you think these blows will defeat me? You really underestimate the power that an evil essence can have, Gogeta. Evil Goku begins to retaliate against the attacks, resuming the exchange of blows against Gogeta, who at first finds it very difficult to deal with. But it doesn't take long for him to level up his power to Goku's. The battle reaches a new level of intensity, with energy blasts and shocks of power that shake the space around them. A kick from Gogeta lands in evil Goku's face, sending him staggering away as Gogeta prepares and fires a wave of power at him. However, evil Goku launches a Kienzan as a counterattack, cutting through Gogeta's energy wave as if it were butter to reach him by cutting his arm. After taking one of Gogeta's arms, evil Goku manipulates the Kienzan in a way that also cuts his other arm and both legs. Oh no! This is a tragedy! Gogeta screams, desperate with his arms and legs floating inanimately in the vacuum around him. Evil Goku starts laughing, exuding malice in his laughter. The evil warrior leads the Kienzan to finally cut off Gogeta's head, but to his complete shock, one of Gogeta's arms moves to hold the Kienzan in front of his head. Evil Goku is perplexed and asks what the hell is that. Even more perplexed is when Gogeta's arms and legs magically transform into ghosts of him and teleport close to Goku in a way that surrounds him, to finally disappear in the form of an absolutely gigantic explosion that destroys a portion of the great universe that is equivalent to 4 universes of common size. Even having received that explosion that could destroy 4 common universes, evil Goku remains intact, despite some notable injuries spread across his body. He now shows some irritation, asking what kind of tricks these are, and stating that this is not a Saiyan thing. Gogeta says that Goku better stay prepared, as he can do much more than that. Evil Goku admits to being surprised, saying that he didn't expect Gogeta, one of the good guys, to cause such vast destruction like this, killing so many people. Gogeta responds by saying that not a single living being died because of his last 2 attacks, as in fact the power of evil Goku's evil energy had already killed everyone who lived within that distance. You have an answer for everything, don't you? So I want to see if you have an answer to that. Once again, evil Goku concentrates his power. However, this time, Gogeta feels that something completely different is coming. An increase in power far superior to anything evil Goku has presented so far. Goku's ki burns so intensely that his skin expels smoke, taking on a reddish hue as if it were combusting. His hair takes on a whitish appearance and begins to grow, while a surreally powerful red aura surrounds his body. Gogeta feels a great heat taking over the void, as if he were in front of a sun. No, it's as if he were in front of 1,000 suns. The vibrations generated by this energy reverberate throughout the universe, causing the chain destruction of countless celestial bodies and even making entire galaxies disappear. Now behold the terrifying power of Super Saiyan 5. Evil Goku screams as he completes his transformation process. The tension is evident on Gogeta's face as he witnesses a form he never thought he would see. Gohan Black flies towards Vegito and passes right by him, leaving a knee to the face that stuns the fused warrior. After that, he returns to land a flying punch at Vegito, but is stopped when the other warrior releases a torrent of energy power that hits Gohan Black, pushing him away. Gohan Black simply doesn't accept being pushed like that, so he starts to force himself against Vegito's energy and advances on it until he can reach him to land a punch straight in the face. By spitting out a handful of blood that accumulated in his mouth thanks to that last punch, Vegito recognizes that Gohan Black's power has really grown in an extraordinary way after that last transformation. Vegito and Gohan Black's attention is suddenly drawn to evil Goku's energy, which at that moment reverberates throughout the great universe and makes everything shake. Extraordinary. They are at a gigantic distance from us, but yet we can feel this power so intensely, Gohan Black comments. Indeed, it is extraordinary, Vegito agrees. Gohan and Zyko also continue their battle. For the first time in this fight, Gohan has a clear advantage. Gohan hits Zyko violently, causing huge impacts on his body. Feeling evil Goku's titanic energy, Gohan hesitates for a moment, costing him a well-placed punch to the face. Zyko warns Gohan that he better not take his attention away from the fight, or he'll die. even though he keeps his eyes fixed on his opponent. Gohan can't take his mind off the power he's feeling now, coming from that evil monster that's facing Gogeta. Glimpsing in silence for a few moments the Super Saiyan 5 that evil Goku has just revealed, Gogeta finally gives his opinion, emitting an intrigued smile and praising the extraordinary power that his enemy possesses. However, I cannot envy you, as I also have a very exclusive power. As you showed this transformation of yours, nothing is more fair than for me to also show you my special power. By girding his body with brilliant and superior energy, Gogeta switches to his transcendental form, the Shinken. Evil Goku stares open-mouthed at what he just has seen, enchanted by that power that conveys a feeling of absolute superiority. However, he says, it's an impressive power, but it conveys too much balance for my taste. I am an agent of chaos and hate, he claims. Vegito is able to sense that Gogeta has resorted to his Shinken form. Well, if that guy has already started showing off, there's no reason for me not to do the same. Vegito also exudes his incredible power, bringing into harmony the ki that originates from Ultra Instinct and also the ki that originates from Ultra Ego. With these two energies perfectly balanced, he shows his final form. Gohan Black is, for a moment, mesmerized by that. Simply magnificent. Not only did you learn the Ultra Instinct of the angels and the Hakai of the God of Destruction, but you also managed to find a way to use these opposing powers in balance. The villain observes amazed. Gohan Black says that if he had met Vegito sooner, he could have asked for his body. This Vegito, who has never faced Goku Black, obviously doesn't understand what Gohan Black means, and says that it's good that he doesn't have ulterior motives with his body other than exchanging blows. Gohan realizes that his father has increased his power, which indicates his intention to get it over with. Raising his ki to the maximum, he decides to do the same, as his time is already reaching its limit. Get ready, Zyko, because in a few minutes, you will be completely destroyed, Gohan announces. The three fights finally come to a head. Will Gohan be able to defeat this mysterious man named Zyko? Will Vegito be able to subdue this exclusive transformation of Gohan Black? Will Gogeta be able to face evil Goku's powerful Super Saiyan 5? Find out in the next episodes of Dragon Ball Shinken.